High Yield Weekly Options Secrets. You're about to discover the amazing high yield weekly options trading secrets an expert options trader from Ohio is quietly using to make 12%, 16%, 28%, 226%, and more weekly. Hi, my name is Jack Carter. You may already know me from my stock trading system or my weekly options trading system. While talking to a wildly successful trading friend of mine who's also a former hedge fund trader, I was blown away by what this guy was doing with weekly options. Beside the high weekly yields he was getting, the most amazing thing was that he was taking some normal options trading strategies and getting 300% more than everyone else. After a lot of arm twisting, he finally agreed to join me on a free webinar where he'll reveal his secrets and real trade examples. He has a few new ways to use weekly options to get high weekly yields. He normally makes trades that make 10% to 12% per week, and most of his trades last just 3 or 4 days. One of his trades made 226%, and he was only in the trade overnight. There's no one on the planet as good as this guy at making high yield weekly options trades. However, this high yield weekly options webinar is not for everyone. If you do not understand options and a few basic strategies, this is not for you, okay? This is only for experienced traders seeking high weekly yield. On the other hand, if that's not a problem, you should register for my high yield weekly options webinar immediately. Here's just a small sample of what you'll learn at the high yield weekly options webinar. How to get 300% more return per trade than everyone else. How to use a simple strategy to get high yield weekly income. The secret behind making 12% to 30% every week with low risk. The only strategy to use with weekly options to make 100% to 300% in 2 days or less. Which group of stocks to use for high yield weekly options trades and why. The 4 main strategies to use every week. The #1 way to triple digit yields. And the weird trick he uses to get 198% or more, but only when he loses. If you're already trading options now, you're going to love this part. Okay, one warning though, space is extremely limited. There's only 200 spots available for the free live webinar, and they fill up fast. So enter your name and email and register now before all the available spots at the free high yield weekly options webinar are gone.